and welcome to another episode of Is It Worth It, where I go around the world and the internet trying to find art supplies that'll make you a better artist or just allow you to enjoy the craft that much more. Now, this is the last video for Is It Worth It of the year of 2020, and I'm gonna have to go back to one of the things that apparently I have an obsession with and they keep bringing stuff out, and that is the Cra-Z-Art marker. I don't know why I enjoy these so much, but I do. Now, I know that these are $1, and that's probably why I gravitate to these when I see them in the store. Generally get them at Walmart, and they run about $1 for 10. And then when it's back to school stuff, they go for 50 cents. Like this is absolutely insane that you can get 10 markers for $1. And so we're gonna try these out. This is their new Bold and Brites. And so we're gonna try these. Apparently they're super washable, come off your skin and your clothes. And so this is the newest addition to the Cra-Z-Art marker lineup. So yeah, let's go check it out. All right, so as you can see, new super washable. These are the new Cra-Z-Art marker. It still has the same design, allows you to see the markers, right? Nothing has really changed except for like the colors and stuff. So yeah, it's not, the box hasn't changed or anything to be like, ooh, check this out, it's different. These markers are definitely designed for younger children, but they're just a lot of fun, I've realized. So we're gonna try out these new ones because it seems as though, at least in this pack, I got 2 of the same marker. So I've only got 9. But let's see, it says that it says here that these are the bright, so yellow, orange, pink, one of these purples. One of these purples is supposed to be darker, and this green are the bright ones. Okay, so these are the bright ones. These ones right here. And then these are supposed to be the bold ones. Alright, so we're going to break those apart and check them both out separately. See which ones we like. We're going to go with the bold ones first because why not? The marker is actually pretty sturdy. These are really great. Like I said, it's because they're meant for younger children, so you have to actually have something sturdy so that it doesn't break. It's a very sturdy plastic. It's a bit bigger than most, not really. Most markers. It's a round design, which is a problem because it does just kind of roll off your table, so that's always a problem. Oh, that one's on there. As you can see, the tip of the marker, it's very big, it's very round, allows you to kind of punish these a lot. My kids like to punish these, and they still work just fine. We already noticed that it was really tough to get them off, so it's got a nice snap to it for the cap, right? So that's good. And it goes onto the back of the marker. Right, so absolutely it passes the cap test, which is cool. It's not the strongest connection, but it is on there, so that's good. It's always surprising that upper end markers don't even have the ability to cap your marker, so this is already a leg up, and it's only $1. All right, so let's see what we can do here. So we're gonna take this green. It comes out great. Now, this is obviously not an alcohol-based marker, so you got to keep that in mind. It's not alcohol-based, but look at how nice those lines come out. They come out really nice, right? You have such a wide variety that you can get out of the, out of the marker, and it's really nice. The problem is, as you can see, like as you go over stuff, it gets a lot darker really fast. So these markers are not necessarily the best for the super of blending, and it is water based, right? So if you start going over it, it's going to start flaking off your paper, right? So it does start tearing up your paper if you decide to go over it, right? Like, that's one of the big things, right? Because it is water-based, so it will just destroy your paper, especially if you keep going over it. But I mean, if you're doing some quick stuff, and you know, if you know exactly what you're trying to do, right, it comes down, bam, right, and you just leave it alone. That's the one thing that I've realized about most water-based markers, is that you have to know exactly what you're going to do, and then you have to leave it alone. If you don't leave it alone, then it's gonna tear up your paper like that, right? But you know, so if you know exactly what you're trying to do, look at that, that's such a nice blue, right? And then if you're really just trying to come in and do some nice lines, look at that. The biggest issue is, you know, trying to, if you stop and then go over it, you're definitely going to have different colors. And the more you go over it, right, the more that it's going to seep into your paper, and then it's going to start destroying the paper. Although I have to say, normally with a water-based marker, the more you just go over it, the more it decides to tear up your paper. But these, oh, there it goes. All right, so if you saturate, I got 4 times out of it before it starts tearing up the paper. So I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, but I think my big thing is if you can go over it and then just go, bam, you do it twice, you got your color, perfect, right? The big issue will come if you're actually going to try and blend them, right? These are not the markers that you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to blend these, and it's going to have this nice, fantastic blend. Like, these are not those, you know, these are not those markers. But, you know, they have a ton of them. So if you can come in and just go, all right, there's that blue. Oh no, it instantly tears up the paper. Like, that just tore that up right away. So it doesn't blend. It's not good for blending. But, you know, if you came in and you're like, all right, here's my blue, and then you know that you're doing more of a cell shaded thing, you know, you can just come in here and just come in and have that. And there are so many colors that they have, there's so many colors that are in the Cra-Z-Art lineup that you can actually get some nice stuff. But see, it just, I mean, the colors come out nice. Like, if you know, once again, like, if you know what you're trying to do, then these are great. And I mean, to be honest, it flows so nicely that you could probably even, right, like, you could come in here and try and do some sketch work with it. Like, these are, for what they are, like, if you're really trying to get some stuff done, you know, like some real quick stuff, like, that's, you know, that's actually pretty good. And then if you wanted to come in and just be like, all right, so we're gonna add this color to it, right? So if you're really trying to just knock down or knock out some quick sketches and stuff, look at that, right? Just come in here, right? And then you always know that it's going to get darker, right? So if it goes over the top, it's going to get darker. But I mean, look at that, right? And it's just the marker. You can just come in here and just be like, all right, cool. Here's what I did. I mean, that's for sketching. Come on, man, that's awesome. All right, you can just come in here. All right, for water base. I mean, I got floods. I got weird stuff going around, but I mean, look at that. Now, the thing that's actually pretty cool about these, and I did this in a different video, because if you look, right, it's all coming, if you start smearing it, because it does stay wet and it is a water base, right? So if you come down when it's still wet, you can actually, you know, put some color in there. But the problem is that it'll tear up your paper, right? So it does have some wetness to it, but you know, it's something you got to be aware of. So if you are touching it, right, like I touch that blue, right, it'll start coming off. But so yeah, the thing that you have to know about these markers, it's a water-based marker, so it will tear up your paper. But like I said, look at that. Like if I'm just doing some quick sketches, get a light blue, do a color, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll do an entire like sketch series out of oh yeah. So these are not I said that they passed the cap test. Oh wait, I guess if I put it on the back, if you flip it over, so if you put it like this, right, it flies off. But if you put it from the front, it's a little tighter. So we're gonna try this bold color. Right, we're going to the brights, and we're going to the bright color. Whoa, look at that. Okay, so that's just neon. Right, so they've managed to get a neon color going on in it. That is a bright yellow. So that's cool if you're trying to like make some type of effects. That's kind of cool. Try that. So these don't, I mean, these are, this one's almost dead. Alright, so we have a DOA, a marker. But look at that. I mean, look at that. It's a nice color. It's a nice pink. Right? I think this is the same purple. Yeah, I got the same color twice. Which is odd. But I mean, okay, so the brights are all like neon-ish colors, which would be kind of cool if you're gonna come through and just make these nice bright colors. Like if you're trying to do like a neon character or something, right? You can come in and do that. So that's cool. But what I've realized about these is that they're not as awesome. They don't flow as well as the other ones do. Right? They're not as awesome. Like the bold ones, the regular ones, they come out nice. They don't do this weird overlay thing. Like at least this green one. This green one's kind of not particularly awesome. And this one was dead, so that one doesn't work. But like the neon yellow and the pink one, they work kind of well. But I mean, I guess what can you really expect for? I mean, it's $1. So, but we are gonna try. We're going to try our ink test. Micron. We're going to see how it does with ink lines to see if you can actually do something with that. This is a touch. Touch liner. There's Faber-Castell. And Nick Copic puts out the thickest line. Alright, so we're gonna try just a regular red, and we're gonna do blue, and we're definitely gonna try this like neon color because those are one. Oh yeah. Alright, let me clean that off. Try this one, and then I guess we'll try the lighter blue. No, we'll try the purple. All right, so let's check this out. So the bold colors, right? They're just the regular schmegular, right? The red, the blue, the purples. They don't affect any of the ink lines, like at all. Like there's nothing going on with that at all. No smear. But the neon yellow, I mean, it's smeared, every single one of them except for the identity pen. That's interesting. So the Identity pen is working really well with this water-based marker. Like, it does not smear at all, whereas every other one, so the Micron, the Touch Liner, the Faber-Castell, and the Copics all smear with that yellow, but the Identity pen does not. That's interesting. And the same thing, so anytime there's this idea of the like neon colors, that's when it smears, except for the Identity pen. Interesting. All right, so we just got done playing around with these Cra-Z-Art bold and brights, and you know what? They're $1. These are actually pretty good. Like, I have to say though, I'm not too impressed by the brights. Like, because they're just highlighters, it seems like they don't flow as they don't flow as well. They don't layer as well for their own product. They are very bright though. They are neon colors, so that's something to consider. But the regular ones, right? Like, so the bold ones, or the ones that you will eventually find in all the rest of the packs, those were really good. It is a water-based, so if you keep layering it, it will destroy your paper. But to be honest, like, we just found out, like, these colors, these are great. They flow really well, but they're great for sketching. So if you are a professional or a hobby artist and you're like, you know what, I really don't want to blow the all of my marker arsenal on doing some random sketches again and again and again, and you're just trying to do like life drawing or just quick renders of things, these will give you some nice alternatives to actually go and be like, I spent $1, or get the big pack, I spent $4 or $5, now I have 30, 48 markers that I can use. These big ones are the way to go. Like, I think these are great because it will give you a broad tip to where you can actually move bigger areas, you can cover bigger areas, and then it also has that nice tip to give you nice fine lines as well. So check these out. Like, if you're looking for something, if you're like, I'm looking for a sketch marker, try these out. Maybe not the bold and brights, but get the regular ones, right? Get the regular 10 or 24 pack that they have, and try out some of these Cra-Z-Art markers for your sketching and see if that'll work. Because honestly, I think I'm gonna go out in the town and try some Cra-Z-Art marker sketching, because I think that is actually gonna be fun, and people will probably look at me crazy because they're like, wait, my kids have those. These are fun. Try these out, give them a try, right? They're $1, and as you saw, it covers well, the color's great, and it seems like they're great for sketching. All right, so that wraps up this episode of Is It Worth It? I hope that you got something from it, or even learned something about Cra-Z-Art markers. If you did, please give it a like and a share, because getting this out to the world is going to be important so that we can actually keep doing these kind of reviews on all kinds of art supplies that are out there, so that you can have a better experience. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you are aware every time that we post new content. I try and post every week for Is It Worth It? And then I have other content that comes out as well. So thank you guys so very much for a very supportive 2020. I hope that you guys will join me for 2021 as we continue to try and give you new and interesting material that'll help you become a better artist, or just have it so that you enjoy the craft just a little bit more. So thank you very much, and I will see you at the next video.